What's up, sons? It's Blind Rod with Son of a Tech once again, and today we have to talk about a brand new type of cryptocurrency mining hardware that is about to hit the market after a successful Series A funding. And no, it's nothing like your traditional CPU or GPU or even FPGA, and nothing like ASICs, application-specific integrated circuits. It is something brand new referred to as a VPU, which does not stand for Visual Processing Unit. This is something completely new and is on the horizon and probably will change the way we think about and operate our cryptocurrency mining farms. So I found out about this through an article on CoinDesk that basically is titled Fabric, a new startup building VPU chips for cryptography, raising $33 million. Now, if you scroll down, you can find out, of course, the actual definition of a VPU in this case is a verifiable processing unit. The backers actually, or one of the backers, is Polygon, which is a layer 2 on Ethereum. So I was thinking, well, maybe this isn't actually about cryptocurrency mining hardware. I did a little bit more digging though and did find their website, which covers the hardware specifically. And I gotta tell you, it looks like it is aiming towards proof of work cryptocurrencies. There will be a custom silicon that is going to be a next gen cryptography algorithms into their common building blocks, achieving the performance of ASICs with the flexibility and programmability of GPUs. Now, this is actually quite crazy because in the past, of course, what we've had is the idea of ASIC resistance, which allows for you as a cryptocurrency miner to have more options of different hashing algorithms you can mine. While if you go on the application specific integrated circuit realm, you basically are really efficient at a single hashing algorithm. Now, be it there might be additional cryptocurrencies within that hashing algorithm you can choose from, but you're pretty much locked into a single hashing algorithm. This is basically promising to give you the efficiency of an ASIC with the actual flexibility of a GPU from a mining farm's perspective, which is huge from the perspective of being able to mine additional cryptocurrencies, adjust your strategies with your mining farm, and maintain profitability while also maintaining efficiency. It is based on the RISC-V multi-core processor, which we had talked about for mining a few years back, but people said this would never happen. Well, guess what? It did happen, so I was right again. That being said, this is going to eliminate the PCIe bottleneck. We've had similar all-in-one systems that have already been doing this, most famously, of course, the MacBook with their M1 to M3 chips having shared memory between the CPU and the system memory and the GPU memory, basically being able to leverage that, making the system memory faster, while also basically only having to install a single set and kind of bypassing some of the latency issues you might have in traditional computing platforms with a single processor, separate system memory, and then the GPU memory built onto the GPU having to communicate through the PCIe lanes. Now, currently, with hashing algorithms that are available, there is no real benefit to basically having additional bandwidth, at least as of right now. Most hashing algorithms are still fine on using by 1 to by 4 slots and on those risers and not having any impact on the performance. Where that might change in the future is integrating some sort of artificial intelligence into the hashing algorithm. While we have seen projects get a little bit close to doing something similar along the lines of Dynex, there still hasn't been a project that has actually done it full-fledged. You usually have a separate hashing algorithm and then a separate, basically, AI training module, and those are two separate things. It still, in a lot of cases, does require that you have additional bandwidth, but there were ways around this, like we ended up seeing with the modifications to Dynex in the past. It'll really be up to like what happens in the future with these things as to whether or not how beneficial this will actually be in the removal of that PCIe bottleneck. It goes on to say that they are using a non-blocking network on chip and high-speed unified memory architecture, obviously similar to something like a Steam Deck or an Xbox or a PlayStation 5, or even, like we mentioned earlier, the M1 to M3 chips from Apple. Together with our revolutionary core architecture, they achieve orders of magnitude boosts above CPU, GPU, or FPGA implementations. Now, they don't in particular here mention ASICs, so there is potential here that ASICs are still more efficient. It will all come down to how much more efficient on each individual algorithm are the ASICs than these VPUs, right? And then if the actual decrease in performance or efficiency of the VPUs is worth it for the flexibility of your mining farm. And I think that will be the real tell that we end up basically trying to see if these are going to be successful within the cryptocurrency mining market. It does say that they do combine the best practices from decades of designing CPUs, GPUs, and domain-specific accelerators and hardware security modules. This could be applied in a lot of different areas, and I think the backing from Polygon is really a big tell here as to whether or not, these are going to be specifically just for essentially hashing algorithms, or if it's also going to be basically for compiling. And due to the software offerings that they are having coming along with this, I would assume that there's also going to be benefits specifically to compiling cryptographic applications as well, because it does say that on the software side of things, they will be leveraging optimization techniques to enhance performance across major algorithms, including Plonky 2, 3, GKR, Halo 2, Jolt and Lasso, Nova, TFHE, and more. The really interesting thing here too, as a systems engineer, that I saw is they have seamless orchestration of tiles and chips across data centers, enabling highly concurrent cryptographic workloads. Hopefully the platform also, if it does go down the lines of being available for hashing algorithms and for mining farms specifically, you'll have some sort of orchestration platform on these particular units that allow you to seamlessly and quickly swap between different hashing algorithms. A lot of things will go the way of the dinosaur if these things become as efficient as ASICs. In the past, a big argument from developers of different crypto projects has been, well, we're going to allow ASICs because it means we have a more stable security future, basically because you're locking the miners into mining on that one algorithm. The problem with that, of course, is that the devs can get lazy after that because they've sold all of the security. They don't have to worry about as many people turning off because, well, they have no other options unless a new fork comes out, like Cedra on Kaspa or something. And it actually is, I think, an unhealthy thing for the cryptocurrency ecosystem as a whole. When we talk about decentralization, I think including the flexibility of mining farms to mine what projects are going to be profitable and successful is a very important aspect to decentralization, of course, against what everybody wants to say, because, well, you're a moon boy that's a piece of shit that only wants your bag to go up, and you don't actually care about crypto or the advancements or the future of cryptocurrency. You only care about your one particular bag. So I don't really give a shit what you think. This is better. The problem is, of course, this will have the same issue as ASICs potentially in the future, which is, well, if there's only a single manufacturer for these VPUs, you're locked to that single manufacturer. Yes, you get more flexibility in what algorithms you can mine, but if you can only purchase it from one manufacturer and they decide to price gouge, well, you're a little bit screwed. This is extremely apparent with Bitmain and ASICs currently, where the price of the ASICs is directly related to the price of the cryptocurrency itself and not to the cost of manufacturing, which is really kind of a big problem. It's not that CPUs and GPUs haven't seen this in the past as well. As we saw on Ethereum boom on the previous cycle, we saw, of course, the price gouging of GPUs from both NVIDIA and AMD. However, that was mostly third party, meaning that you were still able to get basically retail cost from the manufacturers, and then on secondhand or third party sites, you would basically get price gouged there. So it was a little bit better, but not perfect. For this to be perfectly scalable and decentralized, etc., there will need to be more than just fabric cryptography manufacturing these VPUs in the future. And the final question that we have surrounding this is this the entity? We have seen here recently, for those that are not aware, huge increases of hash rate on smaller layer 1 proof of work cryptocurrencies such as Radiant and most recently Pyron Hash, where the hash rate has increased significantly. While the power looks to be above that of FPGAs, it doesn't look to be as full-fledged as what we would consider something from Bitmain being. The hash rates that are going up and the hash rate reports that we can garner from mining pool stats and different stats on different mining pools is that these units are somewhere around the level of a KS0 from Ice River in the past. Well, what else could it be? Maybe it could be these VPU chips, and the entity is testing how seamlessly it can swap between different hashing algorithms that are very new. Is this the entity? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Hopefully in the future, we will get to see some of these things in production. Hopefully they won't be too expensive and we can start playing with them. I'm extremely excited about this for the future of cryptocurrency because I think it's a much better solution than ASICs. That's my opinion, of course. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are down in the comment section below, and I will see you next Tuesday.